Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Farm Manager World. It's episode number 3. We're still in chapter 2, though. I do think we are very close to the end. We could be in chapter 3 quite soon. My very own tractor is the one we're finishing up. We need to create another field as part of the campaign, but we do need it to be a class 1 field, so we'll need to conduct a survey. But at the moment, we are a little short on cash. We made a huge investment to finish up the previous campaign mission, and it put us almost immediately into debt when we had the debt occur. We're only a couple days since then, and we're at 6,000, so our balance is really not bad. But one of the things that I want to do short term before really just knocking out campaign mission is to have a little bit of a knock-on effect that will see us have better monthly balance, so that we are not so poorly in debt. And the easiest way to do that is to build another cow shed. I think that's a good moneymaker for that turn of the month type scenario. It took me a week to get us a positive balance. That's definitely not a great sign. We might have to let time run a little bit. One discovery I made is we cannot get a medium cow shed until we have 15 plus animals. And right now we have, 14. That close. So either we need another small cow shed to add another 4, or another small coop. That'll bring us in, 10 more chickens and be a small moneymaker for us, and open up that possibility to go beyond and get that next cow shed. So I think that's the one we're going to want to kind of push on with, and we might just squeeze it in here next to the barn. So with a small chicken coop placed, that balance is rather low again. This might take a little bit. We're going to need a worker. We got to get somebody hired, and then we're also going to have to buy some animals. I'll do the same thing we did the last time, and that's a fairly cheap investment, just 150. Now we just need to set up, make sure we have the same crops. And the rest should be straightforward. So that's going to help us. More eggs, just a modest income on that one, but it's something. Another barley harvest coming through. That's going to give us something we can sell, something we can make money off of. Meanwhile, we're handling all of these just fine as we enter summer. The grass field got into a bad way with that turn of the month and the debt. It was diseased. We've taken care of it. Now we're down to the blackcurrant and dealing with that. Just getting everything we need there. Watering. It looks like it's ready for harvest, actually. No warehouse. Okay, well, we need to sell some goods. The grass we're bringing in is a little too good. We need to sell all of it, clean it out. Right now we have the problem of a saturated market, underpricing everything, and that's not going to get better. And then as we continually turn around and hang on to items, it's still going to be a problem. We actually have another 31,000, so yeah. Let's make that 13k. Tired of waiting on this blackcurrant field and having things not happen, so we're going to go ahead and turn up the priority on it. At the moment we don't have enough field hands available to help out. We're going to need some extras to... At the moment, this barley field has too many people working on it, so I can't get them to the blackcurrant field. But we've had our turn of the month, and we saw a little debt this time, but it was only 600, and we immediately was able to turn that into profit. So we have stabilized in that sense. We're not dealing with debt anymore. We have no warnings right now. And this field work on the barley is it's finishing up. Again, priority, but not getting taken seriously. But this is all being done as manual work. Which, if we turned it off, I could probably get this done. There is a stage here where this field's just going to go bad on us, and we're not going to get a harvest out of it. But of course, so far, outside of adding a chicken coop and one staff, and actually one more permanent staff, for that matter, we've only done exactly what they want us to do in the campaign. But that's part of the problem with the situation is following them isn't necessarily putting you in the position you need to be in. I think one of the things that I need to look into is buying a second tractor. There's a lot of machinery, but there's not enough drivers. But hiring another driver and one tractor can really spread the love and get us in the places we need. 45,000 for a Riga tractor. It's 60,000, and we do not have the training for that one right now. So yeah, 45K is what we would need. If we lease it for 24 months, it's going to cost us 2,000, which over 2 years would definitely better to buy. But coming up with 45K is not easy. But that might be our trick to progressing right now, is having a second tractor. This field gets the attention, not the other fields, and here they all come again. And so then you still don't have people available to do what you need to do. They're both ready to harvest. I'm assuming there's going to be more play, more things coming up, but turning this into more than just grass is going to make us a lot more money than what it does make now. And we're not making a ton of money because we're saturating the market. Like having a baler, $1,200 for a baler is all. At this type of cost, I think a round baler and a bale trailer could really go a long way to getting us more bang for our buck. And it's such a cheap investment, so we're going to go ahead and make it. Yeah, 4,000 seems just an easy investment to make, and actually at the same time we should be able to sell this self-loading trailer for 11,000. We'll have to figure out which one collects loose straw and hay. Straw is something we're going to get from a field like this, so that's good. Baler's nice for our barley, but yeah, it's not going to do any good for grass at this point. Turning the grass to hay is not yet going to be an option, or making silage is not yet an option. So really, it's just this barley field that's second rotation, it's second growth cycle of the year. But we are finally harvesting. So we are finally harvesting the blackcurrant for the first time with just barely a positive balance. That's definitely something we're going to want to check in on and see what we have for our blackcurrant. Likewise, I want to know what else do we have to sell right now. We have 48,000 grass. Price is rebounding, but it's still saturated for the time being, so I would definitely want to wait on that a bit longer. But we do have barley, and the price is good. It's the best we've seen. We do have some peas available to sell. We do have straw. It is not baled, unfortunately. That already got picked up. We've got a good amount of it. Okay, we have a contract for barley. That's fantastic. We'll get that delivered. 2 nice little contract moves there. That just saw our balance jump to 17,000. And with the blackcurrant, you can see it's right back into we'll be ready in 23 days. The harder thing is getting... Wow, that blackcurrant selling for nearly 20,000. I can't get a deal on it right now. It's about to expire, so we need to get it sold before it's too late. We're also going to sell what's left of the peas, 5,000 for that. Just clear up a little more space. Suddenly we have 44K, and it's mid-month. I'm tempted to get on with the that tractor purchase here in the next little bit. I think that could really make a difference. But at the moment, we're actually keeping up with things. We do need to get another field put in, and I'm wondering if putting that field in over here is going to be what we need, because we don't really have the land here. I don't necessarily want to take away the trees, though. I mean, come on, let's be real. That's not what we're here for. This is the trees. They just look nice. So we need a class 1 field, which means we need to get a soil survey, a 10K soil survey, and that is not good looking soil. In fact, that's really bad looking soil. So it does appear that we might need to get a small field here. Might be about all we can manage. Let's see what happens if we go... That's a class 1 field. It's a small one, but it's a class 1 field. So I've decided I'm going to go ahead and plant lupine in this field one of those ingredients that we use to feed our animals, and that way we don't have to start or don't have to continue buying it. We'll be able to have it ourselves and sell off a lot of the excess. We want to make sure we get things set correctly on this one. We want nitrogen at... Alright, we suddenly have a bunch of notices. Oh, because it's the turn of the month and we did see a little debt this time. But we also have some resources that are going to expire that we can't sell because we're full again. So let's deal with that. We still have grass, we still have barley, we still have straw, we have bok choy that we can sell. There was a contract for barley, however, it was for 9,000. We only have 2,800, so we're going to have to do things the hard way here. For one, let's sell the grass. That's the biggest thing to free up some warehouse space. But also, I think it's time to sell this straw, 1,700. Get rid of those, and that's going to free up lots of warehouse space. That also gets us to a nice positive balance. So we'll see these warnings clear up here very quickly. Freed up space. Another harvest of blackcurrant coming in right now. Love to see it. I don't think we're too far off from getting that tractor. We're already back up to 25,000 here with that turn of the month. But here is the next assignment. Complete the training courses that have just been made available. Modern crop transportation methods, which will make it easier for employees to transport large crops during harvest. Recruitment tests, which will allow you to hire more experienced candidates. It's 8,000 to get that recruitment test done. It unlocks hiring employees with higher starting skill level. That's all that's going to do for us, but we'll take that one. I think in the short term, what I need to start doing, even though I know that we're getting this saturated market situation, is I need to set up an auto trade for grass, and we don't have the warehouse space for it. We need to get whatever that base pay is just going to be on a regular basis and continually get rid of it. The recruitment test research is now done. Next up for us is modern crop transportation methods, but it has a prerequisite warehouse and 15,000. So we need to buy another warehouse and we need to have 15,000 in order to get the modern crop transportation methods complete. This improves carrying capacity of field workers to 400 kilograms, meaning like in this barley field in particular, where they grab just a little bit of items and then turn around and have to go unload back and forth. That is going to greatly increase what they are capable of carrying back to the warehouses. But we need another warehouse. Warehouse number 1 is located up here by the greenhouses. If I think it would make sense to put it down here. The warehouse will cost 12,000. I think we can do that now. We can handle that addition. What we're not going to be able to handle immediately is the follow-up, the 15,000 for the research. I think we need to wait into October to make that one happen. Just adding power ended up quite costly, as we didn't have anything down in that lower area, and we find ourselves right back down to about 5K with a week till the turn of the month, meaning we're certainly facing a debt crisis when we start October. And as we enter autumn, our growing season is drawing in a bit short. Our lupine field may not even get planted for this year. It might be a post-winter project. And I think once the temp employees go away for the season and we enter another winter, I think I need a second permanent employee to keep our fields going. I believe we did set up the grass. It's a new day for me as we continue on with the episode, but I do believe I finished the auto trade for the grass. I did. Okay, so that grass will be sold automatically, which should help with our bottom line on a monthly basis. But we still have barley left, and actually the price is decent for that barley right now. but with another harvest of barley. Barley comes up pretty regularly on the contracts, sale contracts. A lot of people looking for barley, where we can get that bonus price out of it. I think two short-term goals that I have. One, get a medium cowshed for some better monthly income. Just raw, year-round, positive balance. And fill it, obviously. And then the second thing is to get a second tractor. And that 45,000. And that will really help to speed things up along both chapter 2 as we try to finish it up, but also as we enter chapter 3 and beyond. The generic that they have set us up for, they have not set us up for success. They haven't set us up to be terribly in debt. They've set you up to be about neutral. But the problem is so many of the projects come with required funding, and you've got to spend $12K on a new warehouse. You've got to spend $15K on a new training, and they're not providing you enough generic offset income. They don't put you enough in the green to pay for those things. I mean, it's October 11th, and we're still negative 500 right now. It's a pretty hefty debt at the moment, but we are set to trade in about 43,000 in grass clippings here shortly, and that could and should give us a fairly healthy boost, up to 4,000 for the moment. Not sure if that's all of our grass sold. It certainly shouldn't be, as that's only 4,500. Yeah, we still have, that was half of it. But I think before we do anything else, before we bother with that training, as it's mid-October, I think we need to have a little bit of stability and get through our second winter, and then go into the next spring with that target to spend that 15,000 and continue to progress. I mean, it's clear now that this field is not going to get planted. It's already, winter fixed. Getting this blackcurrant field done is going to be one of those other targets. It seems always hard, even though we've prioritized it. Oh, what's your deal? Just that 2% disease penalty, or too much? Okay. In the short term, as I've progressed 1 month very quickly, and we had just spent that money on the warehouse, that saw us down to a pretty small balance. We're about 10K better off than a month ago at this stage, with a blackcurrant harvest set to come, and at least one more grass harvest set to come before we enter winter. We've just gone through a barley harvest, and that's going to be the last one for this year as that field gets prepped for the new year. One more blackcurrant. There's some money. There's some money coming, and I think that will set us up nicely to get into the fall. But as for what we have, the barley, not 9K. Now it is. Okay, we can take a look at what we can do with barley, as we do have the 9K necessary. We do have melon as well that we could sell. And there is a barley one now, 26% bonus. Let's go ahead and deliver that. Nothing for melon currently, but bonus cash. All of a sudden, we've got 30K before the turn of the month. We will not have a negative balance entering November. But like I said, I do not want to just immediately spend that 15K on that next training regime. I'd like to build up a little bit of a balance for us. Getting into the negative comes with definite costs. What do we have that's about to expire? It's the melon. Okay, well, looks like I need to sell the melon now. 5,500 for the melon. I think I need to turn off manual work on the barley field for a little bit as we are into that last stage. I want to use our new baler, so I'd like to use the vehicle for it. It also will free up all those employees whose contracts just expired. I'm not sure we're going to get this blackcurrant. Yeah, all those temp employees are gone. The number necessary, I wish I knew the exact number necessary. How many staff do we need to be able to harvest this field? Not enough staff. Okay, I got you, but how much is not enough? How many? How many hands do we need? Because that blackcurrant pays really well. It would certainly be nice to have that help and support that little bit longer to make it happen. But I know if we're heading into winter, I very much wanted to have... We need a new house. Okay. Well, we already had that turn of the month. We do have a positive balance right now. I'm going to look at building another house. Ooh, it's 30,000. Guess we're not going to do that right now. We're going to deal with this single permanent employee again, and it looks like we are missing out on this blackcurrant harvest. So we have straw, we have some barley, but it's definitely not the amount that you need. We also have some pea. I think the pea contracts are just 100, so we can potentially do that one. 8,000 that I've decided I'm willing to spend before we get into this winter is the animal husbandry training. We needed the 15 animals for that. That's why we added the chickens. We have that. Now, for one thing, this gives us 2% more milk and egg production. So that's already a little bit more on the passive income, even though it's only slight. So it eventually will pay for itself. But it's also a necessary step on if we're going to get the medium cow shed. Right now we actually do have the money for it with 15K, and then buying those cows, and it'll give us that more passive income that'll make it closer to a positive balance through the winter, so we're not losing money. And I think that is a desirable item. I hate to see that this is going to happen this way. Can we just turn manual work? I wonder if we can do it with one employee slowly. I mean, we don't have one employee. I don't see it happening, but without the truck, if we're doing it manually, maybe, just maybe, it'll happen. It's worth a shot. Otherwise, we're losing that blackcurrant harvest entirely. And it's one that pays decently well. I don't remember what the amount was, but it was a good amount. As we're approaching the turn of the month, we're at 32K, and that's even after taking off that research. We were at 40K otherwise. We're definitely doing better financially than before. And with that one more grass harvest that we just picked up, there's a pretty good chance that we're setting ourselves up for even more. First of the month, December, 25K. Staff. Not enough staff. But that house is expensive, and I think that's really third on my list. I think the cowshed for the passive income is first on the list. I think the tractor is second on my list to do the dirty work. But once you have the tractor, you have to have somebody to work it. So actually, really, I think the house needs to come second, tractor third. There's got to be somewhere for them to live, and having that additional just generic worker is going to be more important first. But we need that tractor, that cow shed. The training is done, so we can get that medium cow shed now. It's 18,000. That certainly leaves us a bit short. How big is this thing? Does not fit in that slot. We'll have to put it over here. All right. So we've moved, pun intended. Uh, Gosh, it's only got room for 8. Seriously, but we don't have the staff, so we've got to unassign Willow Bell. This is how we make this work, right? Okay, we had. Oh, what was your food types? Well, I guess there's sorghum, corn, silage, soy. Oh, we could use grass. Huh. Okay. Well, in that case, we definitely want to use grass. Why wouldn't we? We could remove something like the sorghum, and that actually saves us some money. And then we are going to. Maybe I don't know if I want to leave this. We're going to delete this one. We got back money! Sweet, 10K. I wasn't sure we were going to get back any money for that, but we did. Alright, we have room for 4 more dairy cows. Alright, for 4 young dairy cows, it's 5,000. So with that, we've now fully filled up our medium cow shed, keeping it fully employed. We obviously did add in some cost, but this is going to help be offset through the winter. I think that was a good, smart move for us, and it's definitely the first step. Next up will be the house. We are not going to do it until post-winter break. Price right now is good for both the barley and the straw and the peas, so we're going to go ahead and sell all of that right now for a grand total of 9,500. That means we're going to head into the winter with a clean slate. And 29,000 for the moment, hoping that we can get through this winter in a more break-even fashion. The difference from the last year to this year is the additional cows and the additional chickens. Otherwise, the manual work is all set up exactly the same. We have 1 staff member to manage all of our greenhouses for the year, and clearly the 1 staff member could not handle the blackcurrant, so it's not going to get harvested, as sad as that is. All right, our 3-month winter going behind us. Wages 39,000, food 4,700, maintenance, the vet to take care of the animals, but animal products income 55,000. This year it's a positive balance. That's what I was wanting to see. Okay, and now we enter the spring. It's the 28th of March. We have 40K, which means we can we can spend money. We have money to spend in 2 ways. First, I think let's get that training done that they want us to have, the modern crop transportation methods, so we can keep progressing the story. For all we know, we're nearly done. Then looking at our balance with the turn of the month and the new hires coming in, the temp workers, that puts us at 11,000. We'll have to see what our blackcurrant field looks like here shortly and whether they actually get to work on it. So with that training done here in 5 days, we'll progress the story, but then in the meantime, that next target is a second house. Right, we want to get that second house. We want to get more permanent staff. 1 more regular permanent staff for general field work, and then we'll get 1 more staff for a tractor and a tractor. So that we'll need to have a good amount of money saved up for that. But I think the addition of those 2 things will really start putting us in the direction we want to go. Because 1 tractor, 4 fields is... There we go. Okay, the story progresses. There's an opportunity to qualify for a new subsidy. It's time. Subsidies are good. Put your skills to the test. Complete at least 3 sale contracts, sell at least 10,000 kilograms of grass and 200 kilograms of black currants. Also get a monthly income of at least 15K. So we've got 4 tasks to do here. As we just started spring, it's going to be a little bit before we have contracts ready to go, or any of these crops ready to go for that matter. So we want to keep time moving along. We are mid-month and at 20K. I think we can afford to do the house now. Let's get on with that task and kind of knowing what's next for us. It's having to do with sales, and more people will help us with all of this. Oh, it's 30K for the house. Okay, 30K. We're short by 10. We have managed to get our 7 people, seasonal workers, hired, so they are on staff now. Not sure why we still can't manage to get enough bodies to do anything here. Apparently we need 15. In the details, it's not sale contracts they want us to complete, it's purchase contracts. So we are going to be looking to sell goods and not the other way around. We're into May. We still have a positive balance for the time being, but there's a lot happening right now. And until you kind of get these first harvests going, it's a little bit tricky. And this blackcurrant field is the hardest one. Getting the bodies available and the tractor available at the right time, and that's one of those reasons why it's so important to have a second tractor. Is we just can't seem to keep up. We can't get the thing we need at the time that we need it. But as we have to sell blackcurrant, we've got to make it work. It's like we almost have to manually manipulate the situation that will put us able to work on that field by turning off like all the other fields temporarily to clear up enough bodies to actually go commit and do that work. There, turning off the tractor one. This does give us enough employees to get in there and start work on the blackcurrant. Grass task is complete. So now it's down to the blackcurrant, the 15,000 for 1 month, and then that purchase contracts. But again, we haven't even gotten through the first stage here on clearing the dead field that we weren't able to harvest last year. Switching these other fields, 3 fields managed by the tractor and this field being managed by the seasonal workers, I think at some point they'll actually get to it. At some point. It doesn't seem to be enough of them. There's 2 of 2 working. That one's empty right now. 2 of 2 working there. This one needs up to 15. I think I have to maybe assign a couple of them manually to it, and that might actually get them going, because there's... Oh, come on. We lost another field too. Not enough staff. I'm guessing that one kicked in for winter, but how? How do I force the staff to work on a specific field? Last time I had a dead field, the only way I could get it going again was demolishing the field and starting over. And then all of a sudden people were prioritized and yeah, they went to it. So we're gonna have to do the same thing here and start over on the blackcurrant. So starting over on this field, we need the blackcurrant. We're down to 2 tasks actually. We finished the 15,000 income. So we need to sell blackcurrant and we need to go through 3 purchase contracts. I will bother with those soon enough. We might have some goods worth selling at the moment. We certainly do have some bok choy. Bok choy is getting ready to expire. There's no contracts available for it, but with it about to expire. We need to sell it before it's too late. 7,000. Brings us up to 30K. That is what we need for the house, and it is only the 12th. Let's do it. We could be sitting on this for quite some time. Let's see. Ellen Carter. I'm gonna move Ellen Carter to this house because the tractor is here. It's gonna give her a shorter distance to and from work. There we go. So we've relocated her to house number 2. That's going to help things out a little bit on that process, and we could do the same thing with others like Willow Bell and Mary Pierce. So we just improved our efficiency on existing employees, and we set up space for another permanent employee, which we will, I suppose, get on with trying to hire them. This is going to be a field hand. And that took care of that extra hire. So next up for us is going to be the additional tractor and then that employee. We have the space for them. That's going to take us a little while to earn that level of money. In fact, we're just over a week from the end of the month, and we are far from having the kind of balance that's going to see us not drop into the negative. I have a feeling we are going to be dealing with a negative balance come January 1st once again. But it shouldn't be too bad off. Again, remember, we do have better passive income than what we used to have. And finally, work getting done. Large group of employees. There's 9 of them as we enter summer, and the blackcurrant is... that's just fertilizing the field. It's just for whatever reason. For whatever reason, we cannot get the tractor onto this field. A second tractor. I don't think we're going to have that problem. Good timing on this grass harvest just before the end of the month. It may get us a little closer, a little bit upwards of not seeing a negative balance as we get the blackcurrant planted finally at the end of June. That means we'll get at least 1 harvested before the end of the year. I doubt we'll get to 2, as it's months behind. But 1 harvest is all we'll need to get 200 kilograms. Oh, we're finally getting some work done on the blackcurrant field with the tractor. We do have 2 harvests ready to go. I think we can afford to. But if you increase your machinery work capabilities, those seasonal workers, and they're the expensive ones, eventually you don't need them. We had our turn of the month, by the way. It's already the 9th, but we just now flipped to a positive balance. So we definitely did have a negative balance there. But that's the thing. If we could eliminate a lot of those seasonal workers by having enough bodies on hand to handle the manual workload, and then enough tractors and sufficient staff to do the work necessary here, you can get through all of these without those seasonal employees. The blackcurrant is the difficult one, as it requires extra bodies for... Okay, we've got to renovate. Do I not have... Oh, I didn't even have 1,200. There we go. Okay, renovating the barn. The barn was not doing too well. We've got it taken care of, though. For a second tractor is so obvious, so evident. But we need to get a good 50K before we can do that. And actually, the funny thing is, I believe this one involves a subsidy. So we should be getting paid out something decent. We might be able to get that tractor as soon as we complete this task. So maybe I need to be focusing right now, short term, on trying to finish this task. The blackcurrant has 26 days left of growth, so we'll be fine. It'll be August. We've got months and months and months to get that harvest done, but we will need to prioritize it. In the meantime, maybe I need to work on 3 purchase contracts. But it's purchase contracts. What can we purchase that we would need? Silage is another one, and we can buy the silage. There's one. So that'll be the trick. We're going to get things that we use on a regular basis, and just try to get the smallest contracts we can knocked out. But we're coming up on a turn of the month and only 10k. Uh-oh on that part. Uh-oh. But at least the Blackcurrant field is not being ignored completely. Oh. What's your deal? Resources expiring. Melon. I didn't even know we had melon yet. Ta-da, melon. Okay, we'll get it sold. We've got barley ready to go. We've got straw ready to go. We've got peas. Okay, I need to go in and see if we can make some money, extra money off of any of these first. We do have a barley contract with a 30% increase. So there's one. Alright, well, we got one out of that with a nice healthy bonus on the barley. Let's get back in there, get that melon sold. Just like that, we have 30k. We're also cutting grass, so we'll have, another 10, 12k from that here shortly. And there's that turn of the month, but this time a positive balance. So at least we've gone from a negative balance in July that took us, 10 days, 9 days to recover from, to starting the next month with a positive balance. So we're headed the right direction. Let's turn that off. There you go. That could trigger what we needed. The tractor, we didn't have a combine harvest. They might not have wanted to do the work. We'll see if that helps trigger it. Okay, we need people. I've already discovered this one does not seem to do well with the tractor, so we're going to turn that off, put it on manual only. Here they go to this field. But at least they're finally getting to it, right? That lupine's been ready for freaking ages. Once it's harvested, then we can turn the tractor back on, turn off the manual work, and let the tractor take care of the rest of it, which then frees up a lot of staff. 2 more purchase contracts to knock out here soon, but let's try to micromanage these 2 fields a little bit longer. Gooseberry harvest. Again, once that's knocked out, you won't be needed for a little while. The trick then just becomes getting enough bodies to actually commit and do turn of the month, positive balance, close to 10k now. Definitely heading in that right direction to be able to get that next tractor, possibly before another winter comes along, though we're down. Here they come. We did it! We turned off enough of the fields that they finally got to it. And the blackcurrant harvest is taking place, and we're easily going to get the 200 kilograms as you're seeing the quantities come out. Okay, we have a contract for peas and for barley, but barley we don't have ready, but peas we do, so we want to get those peas sold. We have 3,000 blackcurrant. There is no contract for that right now. I'm going to go ahead and sell it immediately, 18,000. And then we'll take the peas contract, bringing us up to 34,000 already early in the month. But we still need to knock out another. It's not just purchase contracts, it's sell contracts, folks. It's either direction. It's make money or spend money. In which case we might just wait for the next thing to pop up along here. We don't have the peas at the moment, but we've got the lupine. Barley won't be ready for another 40 days, but we're bound to find another contract on that here pretty soon. So I think we're going to try to hold out and keep an eye on either lupine or whatever else we can get to pop up in the meantime. As for the blackcurrant, ready again in 15 days. There's spraying and watering to do, but we're getting a whole bunch of staff to do the spraying. Really, we can't hardly get them to come out there, but they're all going to come spray the field. And they come out again for another stage of spraying as we enter the fall season. Apparently they understand where they're needed because they went back and rested and then came straight back to work on the field yet again. And with them turned off from manual work on these 2 fields, it is certainly helping prioritize that blackcurrant field. We're up to 40k, but we're about to have a turn of the month, so it looks like it is gonna have to wait till October. Probably. I could maybe cash in on this grass and do it before the turn of the month, but I do not like that idea. I think I'd rather wait till October to buy that tractor, as I do not want to face the hefty debt that will come with buying that tractor in the next day or two, because I mean the reality is we're only going to make about 10K from that, which is only going to put us at about 50. Tractor's 45. We have to hire somebody as well, so yeah, there's your turn of the month anyway. Before we hit that money, we're at 20K. Looks like we might be selling, we should have our 10K coming in here pretty soon from that grass. That'll bump us up to about 30. Blackcurrant is ready to harvest. Turn off that tractor. There's the people already assigned to it on their way. No way. Oh, they're doing it right away. Nice. Well, that's a healthy increase. That's going to be a healthy increase, the pay for that blackcurrant. It looks like we also have some bok choy that's going to be ready to harvest here shortly. Have their needs. There's that bok choy getting harvested. Still on that 30, or did get that 30K. But again, it's very early in the month, so I think there's an extremely good chance that between like the bok choy, the melon, the blackcurrant, the grass. Oh, no, we already harvested the grass. But between these few harvests, we'll have the means to get that tractor this month. We still didn't get that subsidy yet, so I'm wondering actually if the subsidy is now and it's going to be the end of the chapter here momentarily. It very well could be. But we now have what we need, I think. Right now we have contracts for barley and pea, but we do not have enough of either of them at the moment to do anything with that. So I think we need to look to sell some of these others. Lupine is at a great price right now, but we want to save some of that as we are using it for food. 18,000. Wow, nice. Blackcurrant, 19,000. Bok choy, 7,000. Melons, 4,000. We have 81K. Mid-October. We're buying that tractor right now. So 45,000 for a new Riga tractor. We've got it. We have 2 tractors. Now we need to hire somebody to run that tractor. That makes 2. Folks, we now have 2 tractors. 2 employees to run those tractors. Our field work is going to start going much faster, much smoother. I almost want to throw in another field immediately for them, but no, let's just see things go smoothly. We've got barley ready in 10 days. In about 2 weeks then, we should be ready to, complete our 3rd contract so that we can sell barley. Pea is the other one that we would be waiting on, and pea... Oh, right, because we have crop rotation. We just did the bok choy. We're only cultivating right now, so it's not going great on that part. First time seeing the 2 tractors in action, but not yet on the barley field. It is grown. It is bearing fruit. We just need to get somebody here at the right time. And we also have the blackcurrant field ready. Oh, and we're just a couple days away from those guys going away. I think we're going to miss out on the blackcurrant yet again. Somebody came out to repair equipment. The repair shop should be, taking care of things, but apparently not. Temp employees are gone for the year, and it looks like we're missing that last blackcurrant harvest. But we did get, 2-3 harvests in? Lupine field's already done for the year. Blackcurrant field is, pretty well screwed. Let's go ahead and put vehicle back on. Maybe, just maybe, we'll luck out and get it done. But I think the extra bodies they need just are not available. But maybe, I don't know, maybe we have just enough permanent staff to pull from everywhere else if we had it turned on. For some reason, the grass field is suddenly getting the priority. We can't get them out here to complete the barley field. We've got 2 tractors. Got 2 permanent staff for that. It's just weird how everybody's available, you've got no problems, and then all of a sudden you've got nothing but problems and nothing wants to work. Weird how quickly it goes back and forth with that in this game. And when you need something done, you can't seem to get it done. No machine, no wonder. No machine, no harvester for barley. We've got to turn that on manual. In that case, I think we might need to just complete a purchase contract the hard way, because I'm not sure we're going to get that barley field done this year. So in that case, what we want to do is we want a purchase contract, and this is something we obviously use. Silage. Silage is cheap. We'll buy one more package of silage for now. I feel like these temporary employees need to be held later. We're letting them go too early into the year. December 22nd is when we go into that winter, so I think we really need to just be shutting things down in the last couple of days, and we've hired one for now to bring them back on till then. But and just like that, the barley is getting done. We're going to complete that purchase contract without even having to do the barley one, but it looks like we're going to get a barley one anyway here shortly. One more was enough to get us the field here. We have 2 permanent employees and 1. Apparently it's sell contracts only because we're not getting credit here. What about barley? They do accept contract. Do we have enough right now? We do, and that'll do it. There we go. We finished it. Excellent. You received a grant for 300,000 since you are already familiar with machine field cultivation. Very profitable challenge. Organic food production. I'm guessing this is the end of the chapter. Yes, it is. Chapter 3 will be It's Not Easy Going. All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. We completed chapter number 2. We're on to chapter number 3. 300,000 is not much of a subsidy grant, but it's something. it is definitely something along the way, and we're definitely making money better than before. We're also about to hit a winter, so we'll be starting anew in spring here shortly with the new chapter. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.